Hello again, dear viewers, and welcome to yet another daily, not-so-daily vlog starring me, Joe Tapizors Williams. This is vlog number 12, and today I have quite a tired topic over the past, month or so, but still something I really want to talk about, something that's I'm really passionate about, and something that's really bothering me, or really bothered me when there was still an issue, at least when it was. And then stick around after I'm done ranting, and I'll reveal some news that I have for you guys. But for now, let's start on my topic. As the title says, this is about the XBone, or the Xbox One from Microsoft. And I know, again, as the title says, I know that people have started calling it the Xbox 180 as opposed to the XBone, because no one should ever call it the Xbox One, because you have to be completely ignorant and just not even understand how stupid this console is if you want to take this thing seriously. But again, I guess my whole point behind this whole vlog is that, yes, Microsoft decided to, flip around their DRM restrictions and decide not to totally fuck over their audience with the Xbox One. In case you haven't heard, or you're not too involved in video games or anything, this is what happened with the Xbox One. What they did was they instituted a freaking retarded series of DRM restrictions on it, all of which completely undermined the idea of what gaming consoles are about. They made it so you couldn't play used games on the console without having, verification that it's your game. So that means you couldn't lend games to your friends or anything like that unless they were your friends on your friends list for about a month already. So that means any game that you're you couldn't, if you had a friend who didn't have an Xbox One but they just wanted to try it, you couldn't give them the game and just let them try it out. You couldn't do anything with your used games, or you couldn't lend games or anything like that. You couldn't use used games because you couldn't sell them because people couldn't use them on their consoles. So if you wanted to get rid of an Xbox One game you wanted to use, you couldn't just go to GameStop and go, "Hey guys, I don't want this anymore. You can sell it to whoever you want. I want a little money for it." No, because then people who buy it can't play the freaking game on their freaking console. And then what? Oh, they made it so you had to have an online connection at all times, or you have to log into your Xbox One once a day to be able to play it. Even if you don't have an online... Okay, if you wanted to just play a single-player game, you have to log on to the internet to say, "Yeah, I'm alive. This is my console. Let me play my game now." If you didn't, you were not allowed to play any game on your console whatsoever. Single-player, multiplayer, anything. That is idiotic beyond belief. And third, let's see, what else did they do? I'm just trying to remember all the stupid crap Microsoft did. Oh, the always-on Connect. Oh God, you leave the Connect thing on all the time, and they can always watch and listen to what you're saying. And you use the Xbox by talking to Connect and saying, "Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do that," instead of just using a tactile controller to control what you're doing with a freaking game. Let's see. Oh, and of course, it's not backwards compatible. So if you have an entire library of 360 games, guess what? You can't play those games on your new Xbox. That makes sense. But whatever. That, again, Microsoft decided to reverse all of these policies out of extreme backlash from audience, or from the people who play the games, and from Sony Entertainment. If you didn't see the E3 presentation, what Sony did was basically call Microsoft out on every little thing they did, just by not doing anything. Sony basically did not change a single thing from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4, and it made such an impact on the people who were going to buy the Xbox One, on people who weren't going to buy the Xbox One, that it was forced, the Xbox One was forced to change its DRM restrictions, which is amazing. On top of that, that's on top of all the shit that it got, all the backlash it got from the audience, and from the fact that no one was going to buy one of these things realistically. Again, it's astounding to hear that people actually pre-ordered and paid off these fucking consoles, which makes absolutely no sense because of how stupid this thing is. But again, all these things reversed. All those bad things about it reversed. People started calling it from the Xbox One or the XBone, as I affectionately refer to it, to the Xbox 180, because Microsoft pulled a 180 and changed their minds on everything. Everything that they stood so adamantly by, blamed the audience of their console, their loyal diehard fans, these people who have been with Xbox for years and years and years, blamed them for all the stupid shit that they're doing, and justified it by saying that it's our fault. Just reversed it because of the backlash. It didn't. Okay. I guess my point is, even though it makes sense to call it the Xbox 180 because they did do a 180, they did flip around. That doesn't mean we should, accept the fact that to me that qualifies it. That goes, yeah, it's justified. They reversed everything. That means they're okay. That means it's fine. That means we don't have to be angry at them anymore, which I think is absolutely idiotic. And here's why. Microsoft, video game companies in general, build up their audience, their base, by gaining trust and loyalty from their consumers. Microsoft, by announcing these DRM restrictions and sticking to them so adamantly, sticking with their guns so adamantly on these idiotic restrictions, they completely undermined and demolished any sense of loyalty that anyone should have for them. People still have loyalty and still have, a sense of, brand loyalty, to Microsoft, but they shouldn't. Microsoft completely kicked everyone in the balls and didn't give a shit about it until after Sony totally gave them the shaft and destroyed them at E3. Didn't care about us whatsoever. Didn't care that we cared that we couldn't play our used games. Didn't care that we couldn't play, old Xbox games. Didn't care that we had to be online all the time when a lot of people can't be online all the time. Didn't care whatsoever. That means they do not obviously care about their audience base at all. They don't give a shit about us. They should not be having our trust regained. We should not be supporting them anyway, even if they do reverse these restrictions, because that just says, hey, even though you did something wrong, we're going to give you our support anyway. They may have said, okay, we know that's wrong, so we're not going to do it. But that doesn't mean they weren't going to do it intentionally or originally. That doesn't mean that they didn't have an intent on doing this and were so adamant and so, just sure on the fact that they wanted to do this to us. They did not reverse any of this because they care about us as customers. They reversed it all because they cared about the fact that they had bad PR from Sony. That's all they cared about. And the fact that Sony, gave them the shaft and totally screwed them over, that's the only reason they changed anything. They don't care about us as customers. They don't care about the fact that we're angry about about not having used games, not having, backwards compatibility. They don't give a shit. And I frankly think that even if they did reverse this stuff, we shouldn't give them our support and we shouldn't buy this console, because that's just saying, you can do anything you want. You can do anything, Microsoft. We don't care as long as you say, we're not going to do that, even though we cared so much about, making sure that this was hammered into you, making sure that we have people who say, oh yeah, the Xbox 360 is the offline console you should buy. People saying that kind of bullshit to you. It's okay, we can do that and just say, nah, never mind. And you guys can just go with it and say, that's fine, we're just going to buy your shit now. We cannot let companies do that to us, and we cannot let gaming companies do that to us. Something that people like me and my friends and my brothers care so much about and, express so much. We can't let that happen to us, and we can't support it as a gaming community. And that's just what I wanted to say. So hopefully I know I have a lot of friends who love the Xbox, but I still think you should just completely disregard the XBone. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about buying one. It's stupid. They focusing too much on the whole one concept where everything should be in one console, and they try to give you the short stick. They try to screw you over and soil your loyalty to them. So don't buy it. Get a PlayStation 4, get a Wii U, get a good gaming computer, but don't get an Xbox One, because they don't deserve your money. And that's all I have to say about that. But now for news. I'm uploading new Let's Plays today. I have a new Let's Play of Poacher. I have a new Let's Play of Super Meat Boy, which is an excellent game. An indie developer, and it's super fun and difficult, and the video's pretty funny, so you should check those out. Again, there's a new daily vlog right here. And let's see. Leave me any ideas for vlogs you want to hear me rant about. Leave me any ideas for games you want to see me play. And any ideas for videos you'd like to see me do. And that's it. Like my Facebook page if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.